Hello, hello.
Hi, welcome back to Glad We Talked podcast. I'm Chanel.
And I'm Tori. And today I have my Sagittarius sweatshirt on
Oh, I didn't
because,
even realize that.
yeah, it's a good American Sagittarius sweatshirt from back in the day. The back is kind of cool if you could see it. It's got like the archer,
Oh, yeah.
the whatever that thing is.
Yeah.
But I thought it was appropriate since we are going to be talking about traveling. And that's one of the characteristics of a Sagittarius.
Oh, just traveling?
Yeah, that they love to travel.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
I thought you were going to say that's the sweater you like to travel with
it is.
because this is the sweater I like to travel with. And this is always how I wear it because I like to be warm on the plane, but I'm usually hot traveling through the airport.
Oh, smart.
Yeah.
I
We're in our
like it.
travel gear.
I know, so cute. I'm wearing comfy sweatpants too
Same.
to get us.
Always.
Yeah. Oh, I love that you dressed up for the occasion.
We're on theme, baby.
We are. We have so much traveling coming up, and I've already started my traveling for the year.
Yeah.
So we think that everyone's starting to gear up for traveling, especially the spring, summer. So we thought it'd be great to talk about our travel essentials, travel hacks, travel,
Just all travel.
all travel.
I wish I had more like travel hacks for like flights and stuff, like
Mm,
buying flights. Like I honestly want more of those. So if anyone has like flight hacks, did I text you about this when I
no.
was booking a flight? I texted my brother, I think, because he travels a lot. But I was like, I need like flight. Like when am I supposed to buy it? Like the Sunday versus
Mm,
Monday. Which day am I supposed to travel on? Like that
yeah.
stuff. I wish I had more knowledge of that.
I should ask my brother Dan too, because he travels a lot as well.
Yeah.
Um, I don't necessarily have travel hacks on when to buy. I know the Hopper app kind of
Hmm.
tells you when is a good time to buy, what prices are looking like, if they're going to go up, are they going to go down? You can get alerts. I personally haven't bought tickets from Hopper, but I have used it to kind of scan and see prices. Google also has an app, Google has a feature
Yeah.
where you can see what the price trajectory is like.
Yes, they do. They have like a little bar graph. I have used Hopper. That's what I used last time too. It was actually cool. Like I had the app up and I was like looking at the days and it's like green this day, red this
Yeah.
day. So I was like inputting it on my computer like those days. I do like Hopper because of that, but I just feel like there are certain times like I'm always like, do I wait? Is it going to get cheaper? Do I book it now? Is this the cheapest it's going to be?
I
I'm
feel
always
like you're
like,
gambling.
I know, you know?
Yeah, no, I totally understand that. I do feel like it's a gamble and it adds like this extra stress. You're like, is it a good time to buy tickets now or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me about your upcoming trips.
Okay,
We
so
really just got into it. We
I
didn't.
know we did. I don't know
Hi
if we
everyone, how are you?
do we have any outstanding items? Love the episode with Alex.
Yeah.
We have to test the products. I do at least. I know you have it. You've tried it before, so I'm just
Yeah.
waiting on a little test out. How is Seb?
He's doing good. Seb got his first injection of 3 for his heartworm treatment.
Okay.
He was put under for the procedure.
Oh,
They shaved like a little rectangle in his back. It's so sad. But they did the injection in the morning at like 10 and then they were like monitoring him and then they just like let us know when we can pick him up. So we went to go pick him up in the like late afternoon. He was like very groggy that day, but he's been doing so good.
oh,
He obviously has to be in really strict rest, so we're putting him in the crate a lot. But
I
because
know.
he has sedatives, he's a little calmer. So we are like letting him loose because he's not like running like a maniac like he usually does.
Yeah, usually he's like Energizer Bunny. He's like zip,
Yeah,
zip, zip, zip.
he's much calmer because of the sedatives. So they're not knocking him out, but they're just like calming him down, which is good.
Okay.
And he's just being so good and he's not crying, he's not whining about the crate. He's just taking
What
it
a
for
good
what it is. He's
boy.
listening to us. Yeah, he's being really good.
Oh, good. I'm
So,
glad.
yeah. So the next one is in April, the next injection, and they're 2 days in a row. And then from then, we rest for 2 months, and then it should hopefully be gone.
He's doing a great,
He's doing amazing,
great
sweetie.
job. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
And I
doing so
know
good.
you're doing really well. I was very worried about how you were going to be doing and how you were going to be handling it. And I know you were very nervous leading up to it, but
Yeah.
you're great. You're like, he's okay.
Yeah, I think because he is okay, I'm okay.
Of course. If
Like
he
I'm
was
taking his
not,
lead.
yeah, you're like, you're good. We're
You're
good.
good? I'm good.
We're good. Okay, great.
Yeah, you're
You
okay in the
know,
crate? Okay, I'm good then.
I know. I wanted to come over. I was like, oh, I'll just go to your apartment on Sunday. And you were like, no.
No.
And I was like, why not? And you're like, Seb will get way too excited. I was like,
Yeah. He
Oh,
loves visitors. He loves friends, and
he
especially
does.
Auntie Tori. So you can't come over,
All the
unfortunately.
kisses.
But he will be fun again in June, hopefully. So that's the update. He's doing well, and I'll let everyone know how it goes in April.
Good. We're glad and keep us posted.
I will.
Um, but yeah, I just went to Charleston,
Mm-hmm.
which was the first of my travel of this year. First, Austria.
Yes.
Going to Austria. Then I'm gonna might sneak in a trip to Amsterdam
Oh, okay.
for
Love the sneak.
yeah, because I'm gonna be over there. I'm like, let's go somewhere I've never been, and I'm kind of doing it as like a Tori's self bachelorette, like my first solo
You're
individual
going by yourself
abroad.
to Amsterdam?
Yeah.
Okay, I kind of love this because I did want to talk a little bit about solo traveling. So we'll
Oh,
get into that
cool.
later. But okay.
Yeah.
Have you been to Austria
Yes.
before?
This will
Okay.
be my third time in Austria.
Okay, and you're going for work, so it'd be with work people, but then you're going to sneak in a Tory solo, eat, pray, love trip to Amsterdam.
Yeah, just a little little fling for myself.
Okay, love that.
Then I come back. I immediately go to Indianapolis for work.
Okay.
Didn't really not on my bucket list, but that's where I'm going.
Could surprise you.
It
Could
could.
surprise you. Who
Maybe
knows?
that'll be my next favorite city. Then I'm going to London in May
Mm-hmm.
for Jess's 40th birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to Chicago for Maggie's bachelorette, my sister-in-law Maggie's bachelorette. And then I go to San Diego, or not San Diego, I go to California for Danny and Maggie's wedding.
What part of California?
We're going to Newport Beach area.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, right, because we talked about this with on Jenna's episode, and you said that she's from
Yes.
there.
Yes. So I'm going to California in July. And then I think I'm good for a little bit.
Are you
Oh,
sure?
and then we both have a massive trip in 2025.
Oh, yeah. We're going to
South
South
Africa.
Africa.
Woohoo. We said that like we're going on tour.
We're going on tour.
What?
Buy your tickets.
One
We're-
late flight.
We're going for Amanda's wedding for like 2 weeks. And
Yes.
it's going to be insane.
It is. It's going to be so much fun though.
I cannot wait.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time. It's
It's
going to
gonna
be
be
my
so
first
fun.
time in Africa. Will it be your first time as well?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
First time. I know. I'm excited.
I think that'll be my longest flight I've ever done too.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay, what trips do you have lined up?
So I don't know if I told you I was doing a lot of traveling, but I'm really not. I'm starting travel again after Sub's better. So
Okay.
probably around like late June, July. So
Okay.
I'm doing Florida in like July, August timing to visit my dad in Orlando.
That's going to be hot.
It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be
Travel light.
It's gonna be humid.
It's going to be sticky.
It's gonna be real sticky.
Ugh.
Probably Canada to visit Martin's family as per usual.
Yep.
And then we're doing London in August.
That's fun.
Yeah, for like a week. And then
Are you going to go see Big Ben? I heard he's back out.
I did hear that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably do like fun touristy things. I've obviously been. It's one of my favorite cities, but Martin hasn't been yet. So this will
Oh,
be
really? I
his
didn't
first
know
time.
that.
Yeah,
Whoa.
I know.
That's great. You get to show him around one of your favorite places.
Yeah. So that'll be fun. And we just bought the flights like last week and booked our hotel. And we
Great.
got a lot of it on points.
Okay.
You want
Dang.
to talk about points?
I want to talk about points and credit cards because when we were like just hot into it, we mentioned travel hacks and not having them from booking, but I do have points hacks.
Okay, you need to tell me yours. So that's pretty much my trip.
Great.
My trips for this year.
I'm not traveling a lot.
I know.
I'm just going to Canada, London, Florida.
I know. Okay, let's talk about points. So I had like 82,000 points on my Sapphire card.
Okay, so if anyone doesn't know, Chase Sapphire has two different cards. There's the preferred, and then there's the reserved cards, and both are really good for travel. I think
Yeah.
you and I both got it. They like target you in your early 20s. They're like, you have money now? Okay, here's how you
Yeah,
can spend
I-
that salary.
I literally just got it 2 years ago because I knew I was going to be doing a lot of traveling. That was when I had like all the bachelorettes
Yeah.
and weddings in like Mexico, Italy. So I got it at the start of the year
Great.
and racked up because they give you like bonus points when you sign up.
They do.
And then I knew I was going to be traveling, so I used that card for everything. And now
Yeah.
I've redeemed points before, and I'm doing it still. Like it's great.
I love that card. And it's you get points from travel. I think it's 5% back on travel, right? And then dining, so eating out. It's like really
Mm-hmm.
good if you're living in a city and then you also like to travel. So if you're like, grabbing lunch during the day and then, want to save some extra points and maybe you have a few trips,
Or
you
if you're
can.
the designated person of the group who always puts their card down at dinner.
Yeah, I remember. Okay, so I got my card through Amanda, our friend Amanda,
Yeah.
and like she's the points queen. Like honestly,
Oh, is she?
she would always be like, "It's fine, I'm gonna get the points. I'll get the points." Like
Oh, yeah,
she is the
yeah.
points queen.
So
She
my friend Julia is the points queen in on the other side too.
I see that. So I think Amanda actually introduced me to this Chase Sapphire card. She was always like, "Here, if you sign up, you'll get a discount." And it's like,
Yes, they get points for referring us because
yes.
Julia referred me and she got points.
Yeah, yeah. It's a good deal. It's a good deal. Sorry,
It
I'm
is.
getting dinged from the wedding groups for my family. But yeah, no, I do like this card. And so back in the day, this card, they used to give you a voucher to sign up for TSA pre-check. They
Mm-hmm.
don't do that anymore, unfortunately.
They did a. I don't know. I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to redeem it, but they were supposed to give me like a $50 credit if I did global entry, which I did.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah. It was like on a list of things.
Oh,
So I guess they changed the.
they did recently because when I signed up, it was for TSA pre-check and
Okay.
global entry, and then I never did it. So I was like,
Oh.
too much work. But I just signed up for it separately. We'll get to that point. But this is another hack from this. If you have the Chase preferred card or reserved, instead of booking in their app, you can also exchange for a one-to-one rate with some of the flights and hotel chains. So you don't have to purchase it through the app. You can get the rates that might be on the website of the direct vendor.
Oh, really? So if I'm
Hmm.
booking like on Delta,
Yep.
I can book it through Delta, but use my
Yes.
points.
Exactly. Yep.
I
You
didn't
can
know that.
transfer it into Delta points. So say you have points on Delta too.
Okay.
So you can combine
But it's
the.
1 to 1. It's not 1.5.
No. So, but it's like whatever you gained. So whatever points you have, say you have 50,000 points
Mm-hmm.
for the Chase, you can
Mm-hmm.
take those 50,000 points and put them with maybe a 40,000 in Delta. So now you have 90,000 points
Okay.
to
I
use towards a
see.
flight. So you can combine them.
I see. Okay. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I've always booked it in app, which like I did it for a hotel last year and it
Hmm.
was great. And then I did our London flights on it too. It covered a lot.
I
And this is when I
also,
was like on the Hopper app. Like,
I know it's like you're between Hopper and Chase. So
yeah.
like Chase, if you could figure out how to also use the Hopper app,
Mm,
that's just saying that would be a great.
like integrated in there.
Yes, exactly. Integrate like the costs. I think that's
Yeah.
great. Help people spend their money better. And the other thing is you can also this I don't know if you do this, but sometimes I use my points as if it's like a discount. So say
Yeah. That's what I did with
yeah,
my flights.
you
Yeah.
did. So you're like, I'm not going to use all of my points.
Oh, no. I used all of them.
Oh no. So for me, I'm like, I don't want to use all of them.
I see.
So maybe a flight costs $300. I don't know. Say you're going somewhere it's $300. I will use
Some of the points.
some of the points to make it cost $150.
Yeah. That makes
And then I'll
sense.
pay that with my Chase card. So then I'm getting points on purchasing that.
150
Yeah,
plus
and getting a
points.
discount.
Points on points.
Points on points on points.
Yeah, and I know that there's like other cards. Like my
Yeah.
brother is a big fan of the Amex card.
Hmm.
There's like the ones where that give you the lounge access
I
and
just don't
stuff.
have that like $500
I
annual
don't have that
fee.
lifestyle right now, but
No. The
maybe
Chase
one
card,
day.
it's like $95 a year and
Yeah,
you get points. You're like, whatever.
I'm like $95 comparatively for all the free stuff you got. It
Yeah.
cancels out.
The reserved card is like
It's like
$495.
yeah,
We don't have that.
I don't have that.
I'm balling on a budget.
I'm not traveling that much
Yeah.
that I need that yet. You know.
Same.
Like my brother travels like 10 times a year. I'm like, I'm not there. So
That's
maybe
a
even
lot.
more. Maybe even more. Yeah. So I think
Yeah.
it's reserved for people who do like traveling like once a month at least, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I think so too. Then there's the other card that Mitch uses. He has a designated United card because we are near Newark. So that's a United hub. So he gets points
Oh.
that way. It's through Chase, but specifically United. He has some grief with it. I mean, I don't love United. It's just
Well,
because
they're
we're
the
close
ones who've been in
proximity.
the news lately. So
Yeah.
10 incidents in United in March.
God bless.
That's that's like breaking records.
I was very nervous to fly to Charleston because
You
you
were
like
like,
literally take off and it's like another piece falls off the plane. And I'm like, yep, great. We're on a Boeing Max 7, whatever
yeah, you
it
text
is.
me. You're like, pray for me. I'm
I
like,
know.
girl.
You were like, are you actually nervous? And I was like, I'm like 98% okay. But like, and usually I'm like 99% okay. But there was that extra 1% where I was like, should I be nervous?
I would have been 0% okay.
Yeah.
When I was booking my flights, I made sure to book it on an Airbus. I was like, I'm not
Mm,
flying Boeing.
smart. Very smart.
Yeah.
Very smart.
Well, you know me. I'm crazy.
No. Okay, let's get into some travel essentials because you just hit on that you're an anxious traveler and we all like to be comfy and casual and cute while
Hmm.
traveling. So, doesn't just apply for flying. We're talking all types of travel.
Hmm.
Just summer trips, road trips. I don't know if you're taking a bus. Well, we have bus horror
We
stories.
we have bus PTSD.
Yeah, I don't do bus trips anymore. I
That was crazy. You guys
don't
know
do
the
the
story.
bus.
If you
I
know, you
love a
know.
train, I love a plane, and I love an automobile. I don't do a bus.
Yeah, the bus. I do love a bus, but that bus experience really scared us.
Yeah, I did. So what are some of your travel essentials?
So, the obvious one, my away carry-on. Love my carry-on. It fits everything. It's so great, so compact, perfect.
Yep.
Um, my
Do you have the
toilet.
charger part of it?
Yes.
Oh, you do.
Hmm.
How do you feel about it?
Um, if I remember correctly, the charging part is the old USB. So that's annoying.
Oh, that stinks.
Yeah. So I don't use it a lot because I always forgot my USB charger.
They didn't think about that one.
They probably upgraded it, but I guess when I
Yeah.
got it a few years ago, it wasn't upgraded. Martin got it for me for a birthday gift actually, and I love it. So that's my toiletry bag with all of my essentials, my
What
Xanax.
what's okay,
My
that's another essential.
That's another essential. That's an essential on its own.
Yeah.
My lotion, my chapstick, all that. I need to have that with me. My favorite one is one by Bays, the travel line. They have like a cute pink one, obviously.
I
And
need a new
it
travel
has
bag,
compartments, like a new carry-on or a new like little toiletry bag.
toiletry bag.
Okay, Bays has some great ones.
Okay.
It's like an oval shape, and they have
Is it
like
clear?
no,
Oh, okay.
no.
Because aren't you supposed to put clear your liquids in a clear bag?
It depends on the airport. I've gotten knocked for it before, and then they make you put everything into a clear bag,
Oh, that's fine.
and then I just put it back.
Hmm.
But usually I overpack, and then they're like only 1 quart, and then I have to like put stuff in Martin's clear bag, and it's a freaking mess.
I remember I was traveling to London with my family, and I think we had to connect through Paris, or we had a connecting flight.
Yeah,
And in my carry-on, I had it. No one had cared what size clear bags I had, so I had two clear bags.
and they didn't
And
say
then
anything.
no one cared. They're like whatever. And I just put one, I think, in my brother's. I was like, oh, he could like
Oh
that's
yeah,
his carry-on. But then wherever we were, whether it was Paris, wherever, they were very strict about it. And they're like, no, you can't do that. Like he can't take it as yours. And I was like, why not? And they were like, I don't, it was just really weird. And
a
I had
lot
a
of
ton of makeup in there.
I know that's the whole thing. It's like when you have liquid makeup and
Yeah.
skincare and all that in your carry-on, it can get a little crazy. And international airports are a little stricter on it that I've noticed than like New York is.
Do you put your toiletries in your carry-on or do you put it in your like luggage that you're
No,
checking?
I need it. No, no. Well, okay, if I'm tracking luggage, I'll put like bigger toiletries, but I need like
Yeah.
my smaller toiletries with me, like under the seat, like
Yeah.
in my like.
I don't trust my
purse.
makeup in the checked luggage. I feel like it's all gonna break.
Yeah, I get that.
Because I just packed with Mitch. Mitch and I shared a suitcase, which I will never do again.
No,
I
no,
can't.
no,
It really made me
no.
stressed, and I got mad at him for his packing style. And I'm like, I'm an efficient packer, so I'm like
Yeah.
folding my clothes and rolling them. I do the rolling method to get
Oh,
more
you do
room.
rolling. Okay.
Yeah, and I do think it works. And sometimes I'll do the safe spacing bags,
Those are good.
the space saving bags.
Hmm.
And I want to get more of those cubes. But
That's
he
what
just
I
like,
have. The
oh, you
cubes.
do, and they
Cubes are
help.
great. I love the cubes.
Ugh, I need some of those.
Yeah.
I'll put them on my wedding registry. But he just like threw his shoes in his toiletries, and I'm like, "You're wasting so much space. Put that on your carry-on." He was like, "If we get lost, I want my clothes with me." And I'm like, "Okay, put one outfit in your carry-on, and then put your put that stuff in your carry-on. Don't check it." I don't know. What would you do?
So you shared a check-in bag or you shared a carry-on?
We shared a check bag and then we each had our carry-on.
Okay. So
And I
he
was traveling light because I didn't want to carry a lot. It was just a long weekend.
Okay, so what did he do? He put the shoes and the sweater in what?
He put his shoes, he put his toiletries, and he put his suit in the checked side. And I put all of my clothes under, like all of my clothes,
In your
shoes,
carry-on.
everything. No, in the same shared suitcase.
Oh, okay.
And then he put all of his clothes in his duffel bag carry-on he had.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Interesting.
I would rather not carry that with me the whole time. Like that
Yeah,
seems heavy,
that's like the whole perk of checking a bag is that you don't have to like carry it around the airport.
right? Okay,
Especially
so
a duffel bag.
yeah,
That is shoulder work.
it just didn't make sense to me.
Yeah,
And it was bothering me.
I think if I did a shared checked bag, it would be like larger toiletries and most of my clothes, and then
Yeah,
like my carry-on would be like my essentials and like an extra outfit or things
that's what
that I
I do.
really don't want to lose.
Right. Or if I need
Yeah.
an extra pair of shoes and they don't fit, like I used to have a backpack that you could put the shoes on the bottom.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
This man went in and like did the reverse. And I'm like, what are you doing?
He
It was
did
just
the
so
reverse.
interesting. Yeah.
That's so funny.
I don't know.
Uh,
I can't do it again. I can't share a suitcase. I don't care what it is. I'm checking my own suitcase.
no, I don't like sharing either.
No, not about
Yeah.
it.
And Martin gets mad at me because he's so neat and I'm
Yeah,
like
exactly. I'm like, why are you packing that way? And he's like, because, and then we get into a fight about how we're
yeah.
packing differently. Just not worth it. Just for the extra $50, check your own bag.
Yeah. I mean, I pack really well going, and then when I'm on the trip, I'm like a mess. Like
Really?
I can't keep my stuff folded, you know? Like Martin keeps all his stuff folded in his carry-on in the hotel room like the whole time. Everything is folded. I'm
I,
like I'm trying on outfits,
yeah.
like stuff. My carry-on becomes a mess, you
I know
know?
I'm getting derailed and we'll get back to your essentials, but this was another thing. My mom and I debate this all the time. Do you go and you unpack immediately wherever you get to in your destination, or do you just live out of your suitcase or unpack as you go?
I I live out of my suitcase, but I unpack my toiletries.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
My father will get to a location and
Uh-huh.
immediately start unpacking.
Like put his stuff in the drawers.
Yes.
Mm.
My mom won't do it.
Your mom
She's
won't
like,
do it.
but she's like, I just want to like relax and go see the city. My dad's like, I have to unpack.
Interesting.
I know.
That's such a person. That's such a like just a personality trait to have.
It is.
Like,
I'm not unpacking like
yeah,
you. I'm
no.
like living out of the suitcase and just like
Same.
surviving
The
somehow.
only thing I'll say is that like at the end of the trip, I always have to reserve like 3 hours to like repack everything, which is kind of annoying because I need everything to be folded again. I can't go
Yeah.
back with it a mess. So like it needs to be neat traveling both ways, but in the middle, I'm like a mess.
Same. That's
You
what it
know?
was. I was like, and we had like a closet at our most recent trip. I could have put
Yeah.
stuff in the closet and I put my dresses there. Like things that need to be
Yes.
hung, I will
Agreed.
hang
Agree.
them.
I'm with you.
But I'm not like hanging things if they just are going to go sit in a drawer.
Well, you know,
I mean,
I'm
I'm
a
not
little bit of a
folding things.
germaphobe, so I'm not gonna like put my underwear, my
Oh,
shirts, and stuff in drawers because I don't know how clean they are. So that's kind of why I like to keep it in the suitcase. Mainly, it's because of the like hygienic lens of it.
yeah.
But I will hang stuff if it's gonna get wrinkled. Like if I have a button-down shirt or a dress, I'll hang it.
That makes sense. Same.
Yeah,
Same.
yeah, we're on the same page here.
We are. Okay. So sorry, we're gonna go back to essentials. So we had your toiletry bag, you had base ones, you had your lotions, chapstick, gum, face mist.
Yeah, my
What else we got?
Xanax.
Xanax, of course.
Yes, I like to travel with a face mist. So like La Roche Posay has a really good one. It's like the spring water one.
Mm-hmm.
L'Occitane, you know, I love L'Occitane. They have a
Yes.
good facial spray, and they're like the mini sizes, and I like to keep it in my purse, like with my toiletries,
Mm-hmm.
because my skin gets so dry on the plane.
Oh, same.
When I land, I like to like spray my face and then like freshen up with face lotion, the spray, just like super moisturizing.
Yeah.
And then I also like to have some form of entertainment, usually an iPad. I
Oh,
can't
you
read a
bring
book.
an iPad.
Yes, I can't. Or I download a movie or show on my phone.
Same.
I cannot do a book. I can't do like sometimes I could do a podcast, but like I need something to like really, really, really distract me, as you know, because I'm a mess. So I like to like watch something because I think that distracts me the most. And I can't
Okay.
always trust that the plane will have the shows, movies I need. So I like to
You
just have a
can't.
backup.
You can't. I don't trust them.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes they will, and I just think there's something about your own device.
Yeah.
You know
Hmm.
that you're going to listen to it if you have whatever you're set up for your earbuds because they come around the plane and they're like headphones, headphones, and I'm like those are junky. I don't want
They're
them.
janky. I don't
You
want to
know?
hear noises from the plane. I want to
No.
hear the movie.
Do you remember back in the day you would like connect your headphones into the seat and it would have like the in-flight radio and it'd be like some random music?
Oh, like Sirius XM.
No, it was even before that. It was like music, but it would always be like it was like really crackly
Yeah.
and
They don't do that anymore.
they weren't songs you knew either. It's like they didn't have the usage rights for them, so it was always
Yeah.
like some weird jazz and like I don't know, some really obscure pop music where you're like can't even sing to it. I remember when I was a kid and I was actually talking to Mitch. I was like, "Do you remember when you bring your Walkman on a flight?"
Oh my gosh. No, I can't remember
Oh.
that.
And
I
you would
mean, if
like
I
hit
did.
turbulence and it would like skip.
Wait, that's hilarious. I can't remember the era of Walkmans on a plane. I mean, I did used to have my CD player. I do remember that.
I mean, I was started traveling when they still gave you food.
They don't give us food anymore, like snacks.
No.
What do you mean?
No, they give you like pancakes on a
Well,
morning
maybe
flight.
like a long flight. No.
Yeah, to California. But they don't do that on California flights anymore. They're not making pancakes. They give you a meal, a proper meal.
Okay, I can't remember stuff from when I was little.
I remember.
I have memory loss.
Okay, I'm sorry. I went on a little bit of a tangent. I'm really excited about this travel episode.
Okay, my last essential is obviously a water bottle.
Mm,
I am not the person who brings my water bottle because
me
I
either.
just can't fit it and it gives me stress that I have to keep it safe the whole time. So
No.
I always buy a large, it always has to be like smart water.
Smart water.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know why.
I don't
It's
want
just
the Dasani.
comforting. I don't know. I want a large smart water. And that's always the brand I go for.
The
I don't know why.
$10 water from the airport.
Literally
Yep,
$15, but it's worth it because it's
it is.
comforting.
It is. I'm the same way. I love sustainability and everything, but I'm like I'm not carrying a tin water bottle around.
No. The one
Uh,
time we throw that out the window is when we're getting our smart water at the airport.
I mean, I'll recycle it first, but yes, you're right.
Yeah, we recycle.
Yeah, we're not throwing it out the window. No littering here.
No. No, I meant throwing out that rule out the
Oh,
window.
yeah. You're like in takeoff. You're like, Pew!
Not the what kind of chaotic person do you think I am? Like throwing smart water bottles out the window. I'm
Can
saying
you
the
imagine?
rule,
Yeah,
is out
the
the
rule.
window.
Yes, the rule's out the window.
Wow.
I'm dying.
Oh
Um,
gosh. So those are my essentials. What are yours?
Okay. I'm very similar to you, so we already know how I'm packing and what I'm bringing on my carry-on. I like to travel comfy, so I'm usually in a sweatshirt or a sweater, and then I'm wearing leggings. I like the compression of my leggings when I fly. I feel like it
Mm-hmm.
keeps my circulation go like good, and
I never
yeah,
thought of that. I mean, I
Mhm.
do a legging, but I never realized that that's a good reason.
Yeah. They even have compression socks for when you travel
Hmm.
that are supposed to help you with because like once you get to that altitude, things
Yeah.
start they're just not moving the same, you know?
And like all your blood flows to like your legs from sitting,
Right.
or you lose blood flow in your legs from sitting, right?
Yeah, and you're
Something.
just not like walking as much. So your
Right.
circulation's affected, the altitude, you're not moving depending on how long the flight is. So I like to have more compression on my legs. And
Mm.
it's just comfortable. Like no one
Yeah.
wants to be on a flight in jeans, really.
People are. There are
I know.
people who are on flights in jeans, jeans and blazers. That's my mom. My mom.
I can
My
imagine.
mom was on going to a flight, and I was like driving her to the airport. She's in heels,
Stop.
jeans, and like a silky, like nice shirt, and like her hair's
Of
done,
course.
blow out, like full
my
makeup, full
God.
glam. I'm like,
I
Mom, you're
can't.
going to the airport.
I know. Like where but they used to like our parents used to get dolled up for the
For
airport.
the airport. I know. I think
It
it's like a
used to be a
thing.
thing.
And
Yeah.
we're all in our athleisure, like, nope, not happening.
I can't if I say like a cute fit. Like I always want to be like the cute girl that has like the matching fit, looking good through the airport. And half the time I'm like, nah, I'm just a gremlin that got out of bed for a 5 a.m. flight or 6 a.m. flight, and I'm like, I'm here, you know?
I'm like in the middle. Like, I definitely put on a little bit of makeup in the morning because you know me,
Yeah.
but I can't get myself together to that extent. Like,
No.
I'm in leggings, I'm in a shirt. I put a little sweater around my shoulders because I like to have the option, and like
Yeah.
maybe a little concealer and mascara, and that's it.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I'll wash my face.
No,
Sometimes
not
I'll put like
me.
mascara on. It depends on the time of the day too.
True.
I'll usually take an early morning flight depending on where I'm going, but in like if I'm doing an overnight flight, I don't want to be taking my makeup off. So I'm just like,
Yeah, that's
so
true.
for my longer distance international flights, especially if they're overnight, I like to bring a face mask, an eye mask.
Oh, that's a
So
good one. I forgot about that
yes,
essential. My
so
eye
I'm
mask.
I'm all about like creating my own environment because I
Hmm.
don't want to feel like I'm on the plane. Like I want to do as much I can to be like I'm gonna rest and like be in my own world and forget the fact that I'm however high above the ground.
I'm with you.
So
Hmm.
I need my AirPods, put those on quiet mode where I can't hear anything else. I put my eye mask on. I usually wear a hoodie, so I put the
Mm.
hoodie. Then when I was traveling during COVID, you had the face mask too.
So you really were hidden.
So
You
I
were
was
not
like,
there.
no, I was not there. I was like, do not disturb.
Yeah.
I honestly needed that on my eye mask. It said do not disturb. But that's my key for like overnight flights. Then the neck pillow.
Hmm.
Like this is for your longer flight. That's what I need. Like my little one going to Charleston did not need the neck
No.
pillow. It was a 2 hour flight.
This is an international overnight. Like my London flight is at like
Yes.
10 p.m. and we're landing at like 10 a.m., which is honestly a great way to fly internationally because of the time difference. If you're
Yes.
going, you should leave at night here and sleep on the plane and wake up in the new destination instead of
Yes.
wasting a whole entire day traveling.
No, that's the worst. And
Yeah.
then if I need to sleep, I will also bring either my prescribed Xanax or Tylenol PM, or I'll have a glass of wine. Like I do like to try to sleep while I'm on those flights.
Yeah.
I'm not suggesting you do Xanax and wine. I'm saying one or the other. So,
Yeah. I am
um,
no, I'm just kidding.
I've also taken CBD
Oh, okay.
gummies that helped. Like I really want to sleep because I know the next day is not going to be great,
No.
you know? So then I also am big into the hydration, and
Hmm.
I like the Summer Fridays jet lag mask.
Oh, yeah. We have spoken about this.
Yes. So I will use that to
Hmm.
travel.
Do you wear it on the plane or when you get off?
When I get off, usually,
Okay.
like I'll usually put it on before I get to the plane. There's something about like doing face care on the plane. I'm just not.
No,
I
I'm
don't
not
want to
about
touch my
it.
face. Like I don't
Mm-mm.
want to go to the bathroom. Like I'm just not.
I do
I've
it
been
when I land. I go to the bathroom and I do it in the bathroom.
Yeah, the least amount of time on the plane bathroom. That's where I'm at. I
Oh,
hate it.
yeah. Hate it.
Hate it.
Hate it.
Um, and I usually so I'll do that. Like, and I use that throughout my trip because I'm like the hydration doesn't stop then. It's like I
Mm-mm.
need to continue to use it.
It's ongoing.
Yeah, and I'm like you. I bring my toiletries on my carry-on, and I really think that I need the toiletry size, like the travel sizes. I don't like the big ones, so I will buy everything in smaller, or I've bought small containers to put like my shampoo, my
Same.
conditioner in. Yeah.
I'm with you.
Also a little bit of a hack. If you go to Sephora, I just did this. You can get sometimes they have like the super goop samples for sunscreen. So that's what I throw instead of bringing a big tube of sunscreen. I'll throw the little one in.
Oh, I always transfer it into like a small
Yeah.
thing. I like that.
Yeah. So anytime they have sunscreen or like something small that I'm like, oh, this could be a good travel, that's what I do.
Sephora is great for that. They have so many
Hmm.
minis. Even when you
Yes.
get like free stuff with your points, they
Yes.
always have stuff that are so good for flights. I have like a whole box of stuff that just are ready to go in my toiletry bag.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then entertainment, like you, always downloading on Netflix
Yeah.
what I can. I usually, if I, depending on how long the flight is, if I like can't sleep, then I know I have something lined up to watch, and it's like what I actually would want to watch versus like an obscure movie on the screen. Yeah,
Because you never know what movies they're going to have. And if they're not up to par, the flight is ruined.
right. Then when it comes to actual packing,
Yeah.
do you pack like a zillion pairs of underwear too?
Yes.
It's like
I pack 35 pairs for a 5-day trip.
right. I was just packing and I'm like, why do I have like 16 pairs of underwear? Like, what am I planning on doing with my underwear?
No, it's
Am I
actually
losing them?
It's actually so funny because I'll be like packing. I'm like, okay, one for the morning, one for the night, one for the afternoon just in case, and then another one just in case. Day one,
I know.
day two, same thing.
I'm like,
After my bathing suit,
are we potty training? Like, do we forget how to use the bathroom when we travel? Like, I just don't know.
I don't know, something happens and all social norms go out the window with underwear.
It's so true.
It's so funny.
But
Yeah.
bras, I'll pack like two bras. I'm like, bras will be fine. It's specifically the underwear that is like a million pairs.
The bras I'll have like a everyday one, but like, you know, if you have like different shirts, like strapless or whatever, I always like try and remember like a high neck bra, whatever. I just cater it to my outfits, but I'm not packing 16.
No.
Three.
Yeah.
3 at minimum. Yeah.
I always find it interesting when you see like influencers online that are showing you multiple ways to wear, like they create a capsule wardrobe of their packed items. My question to them, are they washing their clothes or are they just re-wearing?
I'm going to say they're wearing it.
I'm not re-wearing anything I wore on an airplane.
No, absolutely
Hands
not.
down. I
No.
hate the smell of airplanes.
Hate. Agree
Hate.
with you.
Like I smell. I need to shower immediately after I get off a plane.
Immediately.
Like
No, I'm with you. I need a shower before I even touch anything at home after the airplane. Don't even look at me.
right. So like the fact they're like, okay, wearing on this plane and then like wearing this on the plane, and then are they bringing it back into the capsule? Because I'm like, no, that's off limits.
Right.
And
Which
then
is another reason I hate wearing jeans, because then I'm like, I can't wear them for the rest of the trip.
exactly. So you're like, all right, these leggings or sweatpants, like these are it.
Right.
And I won't rewear them onto the plane again. Like I'm done. Those are
You're
not
done.
going back on my body
Yeah, I agree with you.
unless I'm washing it. Like we're at a place
Right.
where you have
A
a washer
washer.
dryer. Yeah. No. So these capsule travel collections, I can't rewear stuff.
I mean, I think the plane outfits are off limits. Like,
Yeah.
those are separate. I always just think of them as like separate outfits.
Yeah.
But I think like capsule, in terms of what you're wearing day to day, maybe you can rewear stuff.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Say you're wearing one of these pieces and you go out to dinner in Italy and you have a white shirt on, all of a sudden you got spaghetti sauce on it.
Are you speaking from experience? You're like, hypothetically, if someone
Hypothetically.
gets sauces on their shirts.
No, I'm just like, okay, whatever the situation,
Yeah.
you know, what happens? Then an essential piece of the capsule is gone.
Here's the thing. I definitely don't rewear like shirts and stuff. I will rewear like tanks under stuff. I'll rewear blazers. I'll
course.
rewear jeans twice at most, but like I'm not
Fair.
rewearing a shirt.
I guess that's fair. I will rewear jeans multiple times.
Yeah.
Like on a life basis, I don't wash my jeans until I've worn them about 10 or 12 times. It's kind of gross, but that's what you're supposed to do.
That's what you're supposed to do. I can't do it, but that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, for longevity. So that's what I do. So I guess that makes sense. But what I really don't get are the shirts because like also BO.
Yeah.
Like what if it gets stanky?
And if you're in like a place where you're like exploring the whole day and you're walking around for like 5 hours and you have like 12,000 steps, I'm not rewearing that outfit.
Don't tell me you're going to Florida in July, August
And rewearing
in
stuff.
Orlando and re-wearing a tank top.
I'm not. I won't be.
You're going to sweat through that.
So when I went to Italy a few years ago, I don't know if I did I can't remember if I did a carry-on or like a checked bag, but I did use the Space Saver bags. And the Space Saver bags were chef's kiss.
They are. They really do help.
Yeah. You can pack a lot more.
But then you get into the weight problems when you go to check your luggage and you also have to carry it. So it's like realistically, you're like, I'm going to do this. And then it's like, oh,
Exactly.
It's really heavy.
The weight the 50 pounds is not my friend.
No, I know. It's so hard. And then you're like switching when you're in the airport. You're like, let me see if I can get this in my carry-on. And they're like, what is it? And they're like, it's 50.1 or whatever. And you're like, come on.
Just in the middle of the airport, like taking sweatshirts and shoes out and transferring things. It's a mess.
That's like when I travel for anything that's not an airplane, I usually use a duffel bag. Are you a duffel or a roller?
Yeah. If I'm going somewhere like Jersey for a weekend, I'll do a duffel.
Yeah. I have a Dagny Dover duffel bag extra long that my mom got me for Christmas. Mm-hmm. Obsessed. It's so great.
It's good.
Yes,
Dagny Dover has really good.
I feel like it's Bays and Dagny Dover.
Yeah.
Like those are the two.
Well,
you know?
I do like my Away carry-on, but I don't have
right.
anything else from Away except the carry-on, so I don't know.
Another luggage hack. I like to have a bright piece of luggage usually. So I like not just black because there's so many black luggages.
Yeah.
Like
or have a fun like luggage tag on it.
Oh, fun. Yeah. You could do that too.
Because Martin has a black Away carry-on, but I got him a Lego
Aw,
luggage tag. So
cute.
it's like, who else has a Lego
Yeah.
luggage tag on their bag?
Yeah,
Easy to
that's smart.
spot.
Or a sticker or something, just like something to easily pull it from the conveyor belt.
Yes. What time are you getting to the airport? Like,
Oh,
how early are
girl.
you arriving?
What
Because
time do you
because I
what time do you think I'm getting to the
I
airport?
specifically put this question on here for you because I'm like, Tori is late for everything. How does she handle the airport?
So, this is really funny because on my recent trip to Charleston, it was a family trip, and
Mm-hmm.
Danny and Maggie, Mitch and I all went to the airport together for a 6:45 flight a.m.
A.M. Okay.
6:45 a.m. flight. And my brother travels a lot, and he goes, "Okay, everyone, Uber's coming at 4:30,
Mm-hmm.
so we're at the airport." And I was like, "4:30 is kind of early for
What?
for a Newark flight, domestic."
What time are you getting to Newark on a 4:30 flight on a 4:30 Uber
So we got there at like 5.
for a 6:45 flight?
Yeah.
That's completely normal. Because if your flight is at 6:45, boarding's at 6:15, you want to get there at least an hour before you
Yeah.
have
But
to
we
board.
ended up being there and we had so much time to kill. Like I
That's
don't
fine, but you never know if the security line's going to be long. And unless you have pre-check or global
Yeah.
entry, then you don't want to chance it.
I'll chance it.
You're crazy.
I know.
don't even know how you
I'm
do these
not
things.
great. I don't know. My and that's like so Maggie said she was like you guys are so different. I was like this seems a little excessive. And like he was like what? Like
Excessive?
I just
I think I was actually going to say, like, I would order my Uber at 4. Like, I would order it a tad bit earlier.
he ordered his Uber the day before. So he was like this it's scheduled to come.
Good for
Like
him.
and I was like you did that? Like I would have ordered it that morning. Like I'm not pre-planning anything. I'm like I will get the Uber when I wake up.
All of this feels right for you.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, I do take international flying a little bit more seriously because
Okay.
domestic, I feel like I just know what's going to happen. I'm going to get through security. It's going to be fine. International, I'm like, they might think that I am just up to no good. So they
They
might like,
don't, but yeah.
I don't know. For some reason, international scares me. They're like, okay, passport's out. And I'm like, ugh, which is a whole other topic. What time are you getting to the airport?
Yeah, I give myself like an hour and a half to 2 hours for domestic, and then I give myself 3
See,
hours for international.
I think an hour and a half is reasonable.
Okay.
I'm just asking for an like less, a half an hour less.
I just have like anxiety about flying in general. So
Yeah.
like if I'm late, like that's not helping me. So I like to be early, take my time. I don't like being like, am I going to make the flight? Like one time I had a
don't
horrible
ever-
experience with Air Canada
Yeah.
where we missed our flight because no, not I didn't even talk about this on the podcast.
Oh.
It was another time. Don't even get me started. You already know how I feel about this, but the line was so long to check in, and we couldn't check in on our phones because it was like during COVID. The line was so long to check in, and we tried to skip, and they wouldn't let us. And they were like, "Your flight's not for another hour." And then they closed the gate an hour before, and we missed our flight because of them.
That's their fault.
I know, and
It's not you.
but I didn't get on the flight, so we had to wait in the airport for another like 4 hours for the next one.
That was the only time I was nervous flying was when it was COVID and I had to get a COVID check. I was coming back from London and they made you do it to COVID test,
Yeah, and then
and
some
it
places
added
made
more time.
right,
Yeah.
and then some places made you fill out forms and stuff, and some people
Yeah.
didn't know about it, so the check-in line was taking forever.
Yeah.
So that was a crazy time when like we all needed extra time for stuff, but it was like kind of wild to miss a flight, like to be at the airport and miss a flight.
Yeah.
It was like not a good feeling.
And then what'd you do? You just got on the next one?
Yeah, yeah, we just got on the next one, but I don't.
See, that's my thing. I'm like, if
I
I
was
miss
like-
it, I'm gonna just find another one. Like,
I
I know I'll get
know.
back.
I know, but like we had his mom coming to pick us up. Like it was like a whole thing. Like everyone
Yeah.
has to rework their day, you know?
That's true. If someone else is involved, for me,
Yeah.
like that's the thing. It's like, I mean, I don't want to miss a flight, and I'm not actively trying.
I know,
I'm not like trying to miss the flight. I'm
I know.
trying to. I like living life where it's like I get there right at the right, like with not too much time. I don't like lingering time.
Yeah.
I just like I'd rather be like not lingering in an
Right.
airport. It's just not my. It's not my favorite. I don't like casinos, and I don't like lingering in an airport.
Fair.
Like I'd much rather just be at home, and then like have that time and get on the flight. Like I don't want
I
to wait.
understand what you're saying. I don't like waiting either, but I feel like I chance it.
So if you don't want to chance it, then do you have TSA pre-check? You said you have global entry.
I just got global entry this year, yeah. Or
Okay,
last
cool.
year.
I just applied.
Oh, good.
So you want to hear what else I just did?
Got your passport.
You're gonna, yeah. So my passport expired in March
Hmm.
and I sent it in March. And so usually a passport takes a long time to get,
Hmm.
right? For an extra $60, you can expedite your passport.
Why are you saying it like no one knows this?
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know. I just heard, okay, that's why I'm telling it. Because all I've heard is
I was
like it
like
takes
waiting.
forever.
I was waiting for the kicker.
That was the kicker. I didn't know. So I had to come and renew my passport.
Uh huh.
And I was like, shit, I have to go to Austria in April. Like, how
Hmm.
am I going to get my passport? And then it was like, well, for $60 more. And then if you pay the shipping. So think I spent like $209 or something.
Yes.
And I got my passport in like 2 weeks.
Yeah. It's
So
it's
easy.
it's a great. The only thing is like if you have travel in 2 weeks and you're a little nervous if it's not going to come because I think they give like what do they say like
Yeah.
3 to 4
Yeah. They're like,
weeks.
it's 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, I think in that case, there's another level. It's like you have urgent needs, and then you go
Yeah.
to that level.
Yeah.
For me, I was just like, I could submit it and risk it, but I was like, I just peace of mind, $60.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the expedited passport.
Yeah. If you're traveling within a month, yes, definitely do the expedited version.
I think I would just do it if I wasn't even traveling. I'm the person that's like, I want my passport.
Oh,
You
I
know?
just did a regular last year because I didn't have any like trips immediately, and it
Yeah.
came in like. I mean, the annoying thing was I got a picture taken at Walgreens, which is
Ugh,
annoying,
that
and
was so
then
stressful for renewing my passport. Like, first of all, I was like, do they even do this? I guess you could do it at home,
you
but I don't trust
can,
myself.
but I had to print it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just don't trust myself to
no.
take the picture.
Well,
Two,
I don't trust Walgreens either because they took it and then I had to send it and they sent it back to me. The photo wasn't good.
you're like, great. If I needed this, now I definitely can't have it.
Exactly.
That's awful. Oh my God.
So if you're doing the expedited process and your picture is not good, can you imagine?
Mm-mm.
And then they send it back to you.
There was a part of me that was nervous. I was like, this isn't coming back. Like, I was like, they're like, we might need more information. I'm like, shit, they're going to be like, are you really who you say you are? Like, anytime I get the government involved, I get really nervous. Like, and I'm
Yeah.
like, there's nothing wrong. I am who I say I am. I have my social security number. Like, there's not,
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything illegal.
Something takes over. You're like, maybe someone like stole my identity and they're going to find something and they're going to question me.
Yeah, I like get so nervous.
Yeah. It's kind
And
of
so
crazy.
I even just submitted because I think that since I am the way I am, I don't have TSA pre-check and I'm doing this, like getting to the airport at like the seam of my pants.
Mhm.
So I'm just submitted for global entry with all the travel I have coming up and I have an interview.
When's your
Um,
interview?
it's in April.
Oh, okay. It's so
Yeah.
fast.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Are you going to the airport or are you going to the one
I'm going
downtown?
to, so I when I get back from my trip in Indianapolis, I was able to get an
Perfect.
appointment that day. So I'm already there
Perfect.
and I'll just do it.
Perfect. I did
So,
it at the location downtown.
oh,
I think it was Battery Park.
and how was it?
Great. It took an hour total.
Really?
Yeah, not even an hour. It was really fast.
Maybe I should see if they have appointments sooner.
If they do, I definitely recommend it. It was really quick. Like you just go to this building, you sit, you wait, they come get you. You go upstairs, you scan your finger, they ask you some questions, and you leave.
Wow.
Yeah, it
That's
was really
amazing.
fast. Yeah.
Because I was looking between TSA pre-check, global entry, and clear. My brother has clear,
Mm-hmm.
but he and Maggie were saying that sometimes they race and she just has TSA pre-check and he has clear. And
Oh.
she often beats him
Oh.
or they're tied. So I'm like, clear seems a little bit of a gimmick. I don't know.
The only thing with Clear is you have to pay for it
Right, every year.
every year. TSA is a one-time fee.
Right.
And so is global entry. And I was like, if I'm
Hmm.
going to go through the hassle of doing TSA pre-check, I might as well do global entry. You
Yeah.
know, like
I think it's like $25 more or something.
yeah. I'm like, I'm not going to go through all this to just for domestic flights.
No,
Although, is Mitch getting global entry?
he is, but
Okay.
I don't know when his appointment is. So
Oh, lucky. Martin can't get it because he's not. He's not
oh,
American.
He's Canadian.
Yeah.
What do they do in Canada?
I don't know. They have something called Nexus, but it's only for U.S. and Canada. I don't know if they have like a global entry thing in Canada.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So I'm
Huh.
like, do I leave you in the dust or
Yeah.
do I wait for you?
Nah, you do what you got to do. The airport, all bets are off. You don't wait for anyone.
I know. I probably will wait for him.
You're gonna make that flight.
You know, I'm dependent.
I know.
Okay, so solo traveling, if you're not
Yes.
traveling with your couple, so you're deciding to go to Amsterdam in April
Yep.
when you're in Austria. Have
Yes.
you solo traveled before?
Only for work.
Okay,
So needing to go with a group. I haven't gone anywhere just like on my own, besides like moving to New York,
right.
but I haven't gone anywhere to be like on a solo adventure
Hmm.
necessarily.
I just think with girls, my biggest thing with solo traveling is just like making sure you're safe.
Safe. Yeah. So that was the biggest thing. I was like, okay, I'm going to be there. First, I wanted to go see Jess, and she's
Hmm.
doing a lot of traveling for work. So she's like, I just don't have time. I'm going to see her in May. Okay. Then I was like, maybe I just do this on my own
Hmm.
and see where I can go. And I was Googling, and Amsterdam is one of the safest places to go as a female, as a solo traveler,
Okay.
because it's a small city,
Hmm.
it's walkable,
Hmm.
and I feel like that.
Everyone's nice there, probably.
I mean, I'm not going to speak for everyone,
Oh,
but
really?
I don't know.
Oh, are people in the Netherlands just like so nice?
I think so.
Yeah,
I
they're
don't
like
know. I'll
known
let you
for
know.
being nice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, they just said it seemed safe. So I was like, okay, I think this is a safe choice to go there.
Okay. And
Yeah.
I feel like when you're looking for your like Airbnb and hotel, just like do research on the neighborhood too.
I think I'll do a hotel. I don't want to do an
Okay.
Airbnb. That seems
Yeah.
scary to me.
Agree.
I think a hotel, I feel better because there's staff there.
There's people at the front desk. Like there's
Yes.
like a security point. Whereas like
Yeah.
you're staying in an Airbnb by yourself, it's like that's a
You don't
little no,
know.
I agree with
Yeah.
you. Definitely hotel.
Mitch and I are staying at an Airbnb when we go to London, but I feel safer because it's two people,
Same. Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Have you ever done a solo trip?
No, I had never have, but I always thought about it. I feel like I would like to. I don't know.
It would
I
be
think
very interesting for you.
I think I would do it if I was meeting someone in the country for like a day or two. Like I
Yeah.
couldn't do the whole trip alone, I think.
So my trip is only going to be like 2 days.
Okay, yeah.
It's very short.
Yeah, that
And I
makes
think that's
sense.
doable because, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's enough time to go do the things and be tired and be like, okay, I'm going to go to bed. But it's not too long where I'm like lonely.
So are you going to like take yourself out to dinner and stuff? Like nice dinners? Like what are you going to do?
I don't know. I haven't thought about it yet. I just know I'm going.
Okay. Are you, knowing your personality, are you the person who has like a full itinerary when you go on trips, or are you like spontaneous and like just whatever happens happens?
I think it depends on where I'm going.
Okay.
So when I went to Iceland, I had a full itinerary because it was like you needed to plan and you had to
Hmm.
travel to different locations, and there I had to like pinpoint things along the way. If I'm going to a city where you
Hmm.
don't need to travel so much, I think I'm more spontaneous unless you need to book something in advance. Like, for example, if you need to go to a museum and you have to buy tickets early, like I will buy the tickets early and know I'm going. But otherwise, I'm not like really scheduling things out too much.
Okay. So you're just kind of like, let's wake up, see where the day takes me.
Yeah, I like those types of trips.
Okay.
How about you?
What do you think?
You're scheduling?
Yeah.
So when we go to London in May, it's for Jess's birthday. Laurel's coming too.
Hmm.
And Laurel's like, oh, should we go to this restaurant? Should we go to this restaurant? And like sending them to Jess. And I'm like, I really should start thinking about what we're doing.
You haven't thought about it yet.
No, Laurel made a reservation for us. And like Jess has her plans too for her celebrations. But there are a few days where it's just me and Mitch. And I'm like, oh, I got to do something
That is so. I have like a full Excel sheet. I'm
for
like,
London.
no, for trips in
Oh, life.
general.
Oh,
Yeah, even if it's like for a wedding, like whatever it is.
oh, really?
I have a full Excel sheet for each trip, different tabs.
Mm,
Like I'll do like a whole 2024 and do different tabs for each trip. And
interesting.
then, we're going to London. Where are we what are we doing Thursday, Friday? I'll schedule in time for spontaneity, but
Okay. There's scheduled spontaneous
yes.
adventures.
But mostly it's like in the morning we go to this museum, we go to this cafe. Like I like to look up cafes ahead of time. Like I like to
Yeah.
look up lunch spots ahead of time. Like I like to have everything planned out.
Dinners, I'll do that. Like restaurants,
Okay.
I'll look into.
Yeah.
I just haven't really gone on a trip that needs an itinerary in a long time.
Okay.
Or there hasn't been an itinerary for me. You know?
Yeah. You're just like, just whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, because when I went to Spain, I went and I saw Jake, and Jake lives there. So
Okay.
he just took us around. He's like, this is what you should do. We didn't have like plans.
100.
When I,
Yeah. If
you
if
know,
I'm visiting someone in another city, no, yeah. I'll tell them things I definitely want to do. Like, oh, I want to go to this restaurant. I heard it's good, or I want to see
yeah.
this attraction.
So if someone lives in another city and I'm just gonna, let's just pretend someone lives in another city and you're gonna go there. Do
Hmm.
you think it's fair to ask them for all their recommendations, or should you come in with an idea of what you want to do and what you should do and see like what they might recommend?
I think either is fine, honestly.
Okay.
Neither of them bother me. Like, it depends on the person you're asking. Some people don't like to be asked
Yeah.
certain things, but I'm like, oh my gosh, let me give you all the recommendations. Let me like tell you all the spots to hit. Like, I'm
Yeah.
happy to do that, but some people are like annoyed by it. And then I can also see the other side of like, can she like be prepared a little bit and have any sense of what she wants to do?
Right.
Kind of.
Yeah.
What do
Yeah.
you think?
I think it depends on the level of the friendship too. So if like you're
Hmm.
going to see someone and you know that they're just using you for your expertise in the area, like say you haven't talked to this person in a long time and they're like, "Hey, coming to this area, what should I do?" And you're just like, "Oh, and I would love to see you, by the way." It's like,
Hmm.
I don't know, and then I don't know. I'm hit or miss.
I think in that case, like someone would probably give like one or two recs, and that's
Yeah.
it. Like, oh, you definitely should try this restaurant if you're going to be in this neighborhood or this cafe, and like leave it at that. You're not
Yeah.
giving them like a full itinerary if you don't really speak to them.
Yeah.
But if it's like one of your best friends, I think you would have
Oh,
like more.
totally. Like if you
Yeah.
were going somewhere that I love, I would be like, "Oh, you should really go here and here and here."
Right. Like
So,
Chrissy's going to Italy on her honeymoon, and you know how I feel about Italy because I studied
yeah.
abroad there. So I sent her like a whole email with stuff of like
Oh, fun.
places to go, museums, and all this stuff. And I feel like if it was like another friend, I would have probably sent like a few
Two or
things.
three. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it does depend sometimes on the level of friendship and
It
how
also
much.
depends on
Yeah.
how someone travels. Like if you see them traveling, you're like, "Oh, this is the type of travel I like," you know,
Right. That's so true.
because not the same thing. Like not everyone's a museum goer or not everyone's a foodie.
Right. Like what kind of trip are you looking to have?
Right.
Do you want to like see the sights? Do you want to sit at cafes or rooftops? What are you trying to
Yeah.
do?
I don't know.
Right.
You have to know what type of traveler someone is.
Right. Agreed.
Mm.
I feel like that's the same too. Like when you're traveling with a group, like
I was going to ask you about traveling with a group
yeah. So we
because you've
went.
done it a lot. You are a group traveler.
Yes, I do love a group trip, and you have to have the right people. Like the dynamic has to be there.
How many people have you traveled with? Like, what's the biggest list that you've traveled? How many people?
In 2019, we did a group of like 19 people.
That's too many. You need a school bus.
It was for Oktoberfest.
Did you charter a flight?
No. So
I'm
we
just
did
kidding.
Italy first with like a small VIP group. It was like
Oh, you invited me
eight
to this.
people.
I didn't
Oh
go.
yeah, it was a whole big trip. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it expanded when we went to Germany for Oktoberfest to like 19. I can't remember the number. It was probably like 15. I don't remember.
That's insane.
Anything from 15 to 20. But the Italy crew was just so perfect. Like we
Yeah.
had two people, like me and Brittany were kind of like leading like what we were doing because we studied abroad there. And then everyone else was just happy to like follow along kind of. They were just
Mhm.
like, yeah, whatever. Like you guys, we trust you. Like I feel like you need like one or two people in the group who like know what they're doing,
You do need leaders.
to
Yeah.
make the decisions.
For a group that size, of course.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what do you do?
Right. You need like people to like be like, this is where we're going tonight. What do you guys think? Like you need
Yes.
someone to like take charge, make the reservations. Like we also need a map person. A person
Yes.
who knows how to get around.
Yes.
Are you that person?
I am the map person.
I've never traveled with you.
I feel like I'm the yeah. We went
Besides
to Atlantic City.
Charleston. That doesn't count.
No, I am the map person.
Okay. I'm not a
Yeah.
map person.
No, I'm the map person.
Ah, so you're like you know directions. Like you can like look up a thing and like know
Yes.
where to go.
Yes. And I like to pin things on a map.
Mm.
So like it's easier. Google Maps, you can pin, like you can create a map for a specific trip,
Hmm.
which is what I did in Iceland. And then you pin it and you could see like, okay, it's going to take this long to get to this place, which is ironic because like I'm not on time usually, but if it involves
That's kind of
traveling,
different. Yeah, that's kind of different. Like you want
just
to
to like know how long. Yeah.
Right.
So I like a map.
Okay. And you like you can like read like sometimes I'll like do
I can read a map.
directions. Okay. And I have to like follow the blue thing. So if you're in a
Oh
place
yeah.
that doesn't have cell reception, like I need someone
No.
else to like when we went
Yeah.
to Italy when I went to Italy with Martin, it was just the two of us and he's so good at directions. He would memorize it
It's a
before we left.
Sagittarius.
I know, I was just gonna
Yeah.
say you guys are both Sagittarius,
Ding
but he
ding.
would memorize the directions before we left and then like
Mhm.
know where to go. I would be
Yeah.
so like I would not be able to find my way out of a paper bag.
I need to look I will look at a map
And
to
you
see
know.
where we have to go. Yeah. I think it's also just city sense living in New York, but
No, I don't have that.
I know.
I still get lost in New York. Like I've lived
Me
here my
too.
whole life.
Since I've moved to Hoboken, I definitely do get like disoriented easier.
It's mainly downtown because it's not a grid when you get downtown,
Mm,
like West
facts.
Village area, you know.
Yeah. Oh, that's usually where the path lets me out, and I'm like, where am I?
No, but I really think in a group you need like a person who can because if you don't have cell reception and you can't use your Google Maps like in
Yeah.
real time, you just need someone who like knows where they're going.
Forget it. I'm paying for the international.
Oh, you are?
Don't care.
Okay. I usually do it like 1 or 2 days, but if I'm it's a long trip, I don't do it the whole time.
My parents pay for my phone bill. Embarrassing,
Oh,
but I
here we
will
go.
offer. I will offer to pay for it
Okay, got it.
because I need it. Like I'd rather for me it means a sense of safety and security. So I would rather pay for that international plan for the day
Hmm.
than not to.
It depends what I'm doing. Like I understand what you're saying. Like you want to be like safe. You want to know that you have the
Like
option.
yeah,
Yeah,
like when I go to Amsterdam, I'm gonna use it. It's
a
just
100%.
done.
Yes.
But if I'm gonna be in work and work meetings, it probably won't.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah, I get it.
I
I
don't know.
feel like I always like have it with me, and like at any point, I'm like ready to turn it on if I need it. But I'm like,
Yeah,
let's see how long I can last without turning it on. Almost.
it's a good little cleanse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Huh.
I'm not always on my phone either. I'm like enjoying the moment.
So the trips you've gone on, they've been with girls and guys.
Yeah. It's been a
That's a
mix.
lot.
Have you never been on a group trip?
I have. I've been on a small group. Okay, so fun fact about Tori, she does not function well in a group, period.
I think
Um,
we know that.
okay, I'm just reiterating. So the friends know, not a group gal.
Not you.
Um, I'm better now as an adult. Like I don't need that like group dynamic among girls or anything. I'm like I know this about myself. I'm better with individuals. But
Hmm.
I have traveled as a group before, a small group.
Okay. And did you like
And
it?
it was fine.
That sounds really loaded.
I think the groups I have traveled with, I like one was in college and I'm no longer really part of that group, period. So it is what it is. And then the second group trip I did, the group has changed. We're not really functioning as a group anymore. We are, but we aren't. So I don't know what that says about me, but in my friendships, but
Doesn't say anything. It means you're growing and changing and evolving.
okay, fair. Um, but I think the trips were fine. Like they were fun. It's hard. Like you're saying, like you have to have certain people that do certain things. And I think you
Hmm.
just have to have like an aligned itinerary and like this is what the goal of the trip is.
Hmm.
The one that I went to I went to Paris for was great. You know, it was like really easy. We all like the same thing, but like
Hmm.
then we kind of broke off and wanted some of our own time.
Hmm.
Yeah, it just depends.
I think that's a really good point because it was like you were saying before. It's like, what is the purpose of the trip for this person? Like,
Yeah.
is it museums? Is it restaurants? Is it sightseeing? And I think that same applies to like when you're in a group. It's like, what does everyone want in the group? And if you have to break off, I think that that's totally fine. Even when we did the group and with the 8 of us that I was talking about before, some people went on their own and did certain things.
And in that number, it's okay too.
Yeah,
But then in like an Oktoberfest, were you guys all together because your purpose was Oktoberfest?
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
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 we were
that
all
makes
together the
sense.
whole time, but we didn't do that much. We all knew what we were there for,
Yeah,
and it was
yeah,
drinking.
yeah. We all know our purpose. We are here to drink beer.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good slogan. We are here to drink beer.
Would you do Oktoberfest?
Yeah, I actually was just talking about that with Dan this morning. He's going to study in Munich, and he's going to be there in time for Oktoberfest.
Oh my gosh, it's
Yeah,
so much fun. When is he going? This year or next year?
this year,
Oh my
this
god,
fall. Yeah,
fun. I
yeah. I
love
think
it.
it's fun.
It is really
Yeah,
fun.
I haven't been, but
Highly
someday.
recommend.
Yeah, now we're looking forward to like the trips we have lined up. I think
Yeah.
South Africa is going to be a big one for us.
Big one. What's another like big city on your bucket list?
I want to go somewhere in Asia.
Yeah, me too. I haven't been to Asia.
Yeah, I really want to do like Tokyo or
Hmm.
Bangkok or, I don't know. I really want to go to Asia.
Yeah, me too. I really want to go to Singapore.
I've heard great things about Singapore.
Me too. And I really want to go to Thailand.
Me too.
Yeah.
That's why I said Bangkok.
Yeah. Yes. Bangkok.
I,
Mm-hmm.
I just, I really want to go to Thailand. I am obsessed with Thai food.
Me too.
I just, I think it's, our friend Amanda went, and I know other people that have gone. It looks beautiful.
Yeah, it does. It looks like
Yeah.
such a fun trip. And like once you're there, it's like not super expensive.
Yeah. What about you? Are those the big ones?
Yeah.
Asia,
Hmm.
Thailand. I also want to go to Australia, which I know I will at some point.
Yes, that one too.
Yeah. There's so many places
It's
I
like
want
you're
to
reading my
go.
mind. I'm like, yeah, that one too.
And there's so many places domestically I want to go. I want to go to the
Mm.
Grand Canyon.
Mm.
I want to go to Yosemite.
Hmm.
I want to go to Seattle.
I do want, you know where I haven't been that you're going that I've been dying to go is Chicago, which is so crazy.
Oh my God, I love Chicago.
I know you've said you like love it, and you've told me like about your trips, and I'm like, sounds so
Yes.
fun, and everyone who goes like says good things about it, and I'm like,
I love Chicago.
how have I
It's
not
an
been to
easy flight.
Chicago?
It's like an hour and a half.
I know.
We can go on the road. You want to go to Chicago?
Let's go on the road. We're gonna
All
do
right.
a tour.
We're going to go do a show in Chicago, a live tour.
That's so funny.
That'd be awesome. Let's manifest it.
Let's do it.
And then we have like some domestic trips, just car rides. Do you like trains?
Yeah, I like trains.
Trains are nice
Trains are nice.
because you can plug in to your laptop. You get Wi-Fi sometimes. You just bloop, 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 do
You're
some
not in a
work.
metal box in the sky. It's great.
I do like a train trip. I think they're nice.
Yeah, I like
I
a
would
road
also,
trip and a train trip.
yeah. What are your essentials for a road trip?
Snacks.
I was going to say snacks. Something we didn't really hit on were snacks because I think an essential for both of us is gum
Mm-hmm.
and like those types of things. But for road trips, you need snacks.
I feel like I don't really bring snacks on planes.
I brought Chex Mix on the last one. Oh my God. It was like $9 for a bag of Chex Mix in the airport.
Yeah, like I
It's
feel like
insane.
I feel like the airport is so expensive, but yet it doesn't register that like I'm paying
Yeah.
this much. I'm like all bets are off. It's like whatever I need to do to survive, I'm doing.
It's like a movie theater,
Yeah.
you know? But you can bring food with you. I think because we're like, you can't bring water. We're like, oh, gotta buy it at the
Okay,
airport.
gotta do it later.
Yeah.
I know.
But it's like, so what I do sometimes now is like, I will go to the food places and get like Starbucks at the airport because it's
Mhm.
like more on par with what it is out in the outside
out in
world
out in the real world.
versus like whatever freaking random place they have at the airport.
Yeah, no, that's a good point because like Starbucks does have those packaged items that are
Yeah.
probably not going to be $12 for a granola bar.
Or it could be.
Or
I ended up spending like $23. I got a Smart Water, an RX bar, and a bag of Chex Mix.
it's actually crazy. It should be illegal, but
It
yeah,
should be.
here
It's
we are.
rude. So rude.
Well, that's that on that.
That's that on traveling.
I'm
If you
excited
guys-
for your trips. I feel like you're going to have so many fun stories. I can't wait for your Amsterdam trip.
I know, I'm really excited. If anyone has any recommendations for Amsterdam or Austria, I'm going to Salzburg for the first time. Let me know. And if you have any travel tips in general, would love to hear them and share them. We can do like little outstanding items if you guys have some tips, share them
Mhm.
on our social.
Yeah.
We love a travel hack.
I feel like I could talk about travel forever.
Me too.
Like
Oh,
I
there's so
didn't
many
want to end this
things.
combo, but
I know.
we're
I actually like just saw something on Instagram that I'm like, I want to keep talking about it. Okay, can I talk about it?
yeah, what is it?
There was this bag. I don't even know. It was like
Oh,
a garment bag.
oh no.
It's
Oh.
it's like a garment bag, and then you put your clothes in it,
Mhm.
and then you zipper it up, and then it becomes the shell of your bag.
Yes.
And then you put stuff in the bag, and I'm like, wow, this is so smart. I need it.
Yes. So Marsden actually has a duffel bag like that. It's
Uh-huh.
from like Polo or something, but they also have them on Amazon.
Yeah.
I don't know if they work as well as you think they would.
They probably don't.
Yeah. I think he's tried, like, he puts like his suit in there, like if we're traveling
Ah.
for a wedding,
That makes sense.
and then closes it, but it doesn't fit as much as you would think.
No.
Yeah.
That's another thing that I was just talking about with Maggie because she's getting married in California. Her dress is getting shipped to New York.
Right.
She has to bring her wedding dress with her on the plane.
on the plane.
It's
Yeah.
actually crazy what they recommend doing.
What do they recommend doing?
I know. So here we go. The conversation keeps going.
What happened?
Okay. So they say, and this is like on Reddit, there's actually no best way to travel because you don't want to ship it because what if you ship it, it gets lost, right?
Right.
Wedding dress out. And it's also if you put the insurance on it or whatever it is, if you declaim, sorry, if you claim the item as more than $100, the insurance is going to be super expensive. So the shipping cost is going to be really pricey. So if you travel, they recommend one, seeing if the stewardess will let you hang it up. But a lot of planes now don't have that anymore because not as many people are using the closets. So they're recommending you buy your own seat, an extra seat, and fly first class.
Wow.
Fly first class, buy an extra seat.
An extra seat in first class?
Yeah.
That's, you might as well ship it.
Right?
Okay, so I did when my friend got married in Italy, she didn't ship her wedding dress. She brought her wedding dress on the plane.
Uh-huh.
I think she did fly business or first class and hung it up. She was like, you can ask them to do the same. I was like, I'm not flying business class, so they're not going to let just a regular peon do it. Yeah. But me in row 52, me and Martin asked them, because I had my bridesmaid dress and he had a suit, and we asked them and they hung it up in the front.
Oh, that's nice.
Because no one uses it, they had all. It was the only things in the closet.
But it also was an international flight, so
it was
the airplane probably had it. So if you're going maybe on a domestic long flight to California, they'll have it. But if say you're going from like New York to Chicago, they're not going to have it.
I wonder if you can like look up the plane, like because you
can.
Yeah, and like see if it says it.
Sure, but like, what are you going to do if it doesn't? Then you're like, I don't know if I'm going to have an extra seat.
Well, then if you
put it in your carry-on.
But then if it doesn't, then maybe buying a seat is the way to go for a wedding dress.
Imagine it's like somewhere random. It's like, oh yeah, I'm up in first class and my wedding dress is in the back somewhere.
Well, yeah, why do you have to buy first class? Why can't you just buy a seat?
I think you could buy. I mean, it depends. I think if you want to hang it up, go first class. But if you want to like secure it and you're not first class, then buy an extra seat in economy. Yeah.
Okay. I will say I was in economy and they hung my dress up.
That's nice.
So
all right, real review. Real review. You can fly economy and ask for them to hang your dress up.
Yeah, but then it depends on how much they have up there already. Yeah. We got lucky; no one else's stuff was in there, so I guess it depends.
You run some risks.
You do.
It's interesting.
Okay, so now is that on that?
That is that on that.
Okay.
For now.
Great. For now.
I'm sure we'll have more travel hacks.
This wasn't even hacks. This was just like travel insight. It was just like us talking about travel.
We love a good travel segment.
Yeah. That was fun.
I know. I'm excited to travel now.
Me too.
I'm glad I have my passport.
Yeah.
Start with me. Won't leave my side.
So happy for you.
Thank you. And getting ready.
Okay.
Getting ready to make some moves.
Keep us posted on your trips.
I will, of course. You too.
And where can the people follow us so that they can see some of your trips?
You can follow our journeys on both of our personal Instagrams, but you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Glad We Talked Podcast. And you can email us at gladwetalkedpodcast@gmail.com with all of your favorite travel tips, tricks, and hacks. And what else can they do, Chanel?
They can rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts and give us 5 stars.
5 airplanes.
Love the theme. All right. Thanks, guys. Glad we talked.
Guys. Glad we talked.
Bye.
I'm better now.
Babe? Oh, he has his headphones in.
Oh.
I feel like I need more light.
Oh. Well, go turn the light on.
Babe.
I look like a ghost.
Can you turn the light on? Can you turn the light on for me?
I'm like watching
this. Thank you.
I look like a ghost.
Huh? Yeah. Now this like light is in my face.
I feel like I look like a ghost.